they're just so detached from the real world that this is the kind of stuff that they come up with. And it's usually a weird spin-off of like Dark came from Dark Brandon, and then they took, or was it Dark Brandon?
Yeah.
And then but the conservative right came up with the Dark thing, and then they took it and turned it.
Oh, Dark Mega.
It was Dark MAGA.
Dark MAGA.
And then it became Dark Brandon.
Yep.
And they put the laser eyes on Joe Biden, and now they're turning it into Dark Woke. And they think that that's relatable.
Indeed, it's not.
We're going to say cuss words now.
This one was popular. Use it again.
Yeah.
No, it's not. You got to actually play. You got to show that there's joy at the other side of the road, man, or no one's going to walk it with you.
I don't know what joy is, though. That's the thing.
Like those people that grit their teeth, like, aren't you feeling joy?
Don't you feel the joy?
Praise God! This is what I was saying about Jimmy Dore in the previous segment. He's right wing. It's like, why is he? Why are the left called Jimmy Dore right?
Because he's outside their bubble.
Because he's talking about what is true and what is not. It's not about whether you're for laissez-faire capitalism or socialism or racial identitarianism or whatever, be it left or right or anti-white or pro-white. It's literally, do you march in lockstep with us or not? So to be authentic and on the right, you can literally give any opinion so long as your facts are rooted in reality, because that's what tethers the right together. Oh, yes, Trump did not say very fine people. You know, he didn't call Nazis very fine people. That never happened. You can then criticize him saying, I don't think he did enough in response to this. And the response from a conservative is going to say, well, I disagree. I think he did what he could by condemning it and people are allowed to protest. No, you're wrong. But we agree on what the fact is. And the fact is Trump never said that. To the left, how do you have an authentic conversation when you have to maintain lies and everyone else knows you're lying? You're going to come out and say, Trump was wrong for saying Nazis were fine people. And they're going to go, he never said that. Whoa, you're a right wing. Why are you defending Trump? And it's like, because this is not true.
Well, that's what I was asking about with that first guy that was on recorded for O'Keefe Media, is when he says what he says about Trump fixing the election, or he was trying to overthrow the election. He's taking a narrative that was all agreed upon on that side and feeding it some more. And that's why I'm like, do they just have a psychological thing in them that says, okay, this is the narrative now, and I will stick with it, even in personal one-on-one conversations, and we'll just keep pretending that this is the narrative? Or how does it get there? You know what I mean?
I think that's it. That's it.
They just slide into the narrative and go.
My food from, so I'm going to defend anything they tell me to say.
This guy's just trying to get laid.
There's that too.
Yeah. Imagine talking about subverting the will of the American people and potentially committing crimes because you're trying to hook up with some chick.
Hey, baby. Yeah.
Hey, that's the joke about James O'Keefe. We always bring up, it's like these guys think they're going to get some by going like, hey, you want to hear about some corporate malfeasance I'm involved in?
Yeah.
And no?
I think it's like a form of, I don't know if psychopathy is the right word, psychopathy. It's a buzzword these days, you know, Jordan talking about psychopaths, but that we
He's
as
just
humans,
talking about Candace Owens and he's mad at it.
we got to get into like states of psychopathy to do certain behaviors like wartime, war fighting. If you believe your neighborhood is going to be destroyed by some external tribe and they're going to kill everyone you know and you have to go fight them. That's ancient history, and you have to be the most ruthless, aggressive to stop it. And that is like, you got to switch your brain and be like, they're bad. What I am is good because it will preserve life. And that phenomenon still exists in humanity. And I think it's showing up in people like this. They're like, they create this narrative or narrative is foisted upon them. And then they think this good and evil binary, fight or flight. It's like it's a very primal.
Yeah. Well, a lot of what happened and where we're at now with stuff like this is, you mentioned Jimmy Dore. He became right throughout COVID, and that Nazi narrative came out through COVID. It was hammered every day. If you don't adhere to the COVID narrative, then you are on that side. And that side turned into conservative right wing. And so I can tell you from going to so many rallies and events that were against those times. Those events were filled with people from every side of the coin, and it was a mix of people. It wasn't a conservative right event. It was Democrats, libertarians, right? We said we're coming together for a common cause.
But the left is dictating who is, or in this context, the left is dictating who is and is not right wing, and essentially they're just saying that it's people that don't align with us, that don't follow our whether it be the or liberal orthodoxy like Tim talks about, or whether it's the they don't follow the same kind of lockstep with the same kind of ideas and stuff. That's why you saw people at these rallies that were so very different, politically, from different backgrounds. It was just someone that stepped out of line. And so now Jimmy Dore steps out of line. So they say, you're other, you're outside of, you're not in our in-group anymore. So we'll call you all the names. Right. But there's no substance to anything they're talking about.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.